Hey guys, it's Dane here with a new video, and today we're going to go up onto the roof and we're going to add some heating ventilation type stuff like air conditioning units. And we're going to also go into a creative world and look at some stuff for making wheelbarrows and using armor stands to make stuff look cool. So let's get into it. We're going to first go all the way up to the roof. So let's go in. Alright, so I'm thinking we can have a couple units right here, maybe 3 units, and then we're going to have some up on top on that area. So it's good that we have 2 attic spaces. So let's plan out where we're going to put them by going down here and looking at the ceiling of it. Alright, so let's get this pick out. We're gonna probably go one away right here. Let's put a 4 hole right there. Pick up those things, and then let's go a few over all the way to this corner. 1 away. Alright, so we got those holes in there. Let's go up and start making some stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna start with some stairs. These are gonna be the top of the bottom of the vent. Put it first. I need that one placed. Then I go. Alright, so as you can see, we placed them and we made it so it's like a pillar that goes up. Then we're going to transition over to regular blocks like this. We don't need that right there. And then we're going to put rails on top. Now, Dan, why are you putting rails on top? You've probably seen this before. But it makes a circle, so that's one of the air conditioning units. So let's do another one right here. There's the next circle. Now we go down, and these actually have to go somewhere. So let's make a little part come out right here, and it's going to feed into the wall right there. So that air conditioning unit is pumping that way, and it's also going to connect to this one. So let's make it connect over on this side. And then this one is going to pump that way and that way. So let's make it pump this way. And then it's going to pump this way too. So this air conditioning unit, let's put that there to make it look good. So this is all going in. And it's all doing that stuff. So these are going into the walls. We're going to just pretend like it's inside the wall now. So we don't have to worry about putting anything out here. So it's going in the walls now. So that's where all the air is going, and it's going into that room. So that's the main lobby over there, the main hall. We might be able to get another hole right here. So let's try see if we can figure out getting one right there. And if not, then we'll make it go into the other part of the attic. So if I poke here, it's going to be in the main floor. This looks good. This looks good. So instead of putting one right here, let's go up there and put some up there. Into the main floor. Alright, so we're on top of the roof. Let's do... Now, usually stuff's not in a line when you're on a roof, and it's sort of annoying, but I'm going to try putting it about here. So let's go with taking this out. And then I'm going to put a wall. Let's go with some blackstone. Alright, so we got 2 of those. I'm going to put one right here, and then put a wall on that. Alright, so that's one. Let's look at it from over here. Alright, that looks convincing. And then we're going to do... There's a couple more there on roofs, so let's do a couple more. Probably right next to it. Do you think that would look good? Let's go with one right here, right next to it, and let's go with the silver pipe this time. So let's go poke a hole right here. we're gonna do it silver pipe. So let's go right there. Let's take this out. Does that look good? Let's look at it. Oh, it sort of blends in. Let's put black on there like it's tar. So let's do this bottom one as the black also. All right, there. So there, that's a silver pipe and a black pipe, because houses generally have different color pipes on the top for some reason. I don't know. All right, and then we're gonna have an HVAC unit right here. And you know those are 4 wide over here. So we're gonna do a little bit cheating. So let's do right here. Okay, Dylan. Gotta go back out. Alright, don't fall in. Alright, so we're gonna do it a little bit different than down there. So let's do 1 tube coming up. And then we're gonna still do a circle on top. So that means we need... How am I gonna center this? Alright, so actually, let's leave that hole there. We're gonna put it further back. We're gonna have it, because usually air conditioning units, you don't see those in the front of houses. You just see those pipes. We're gonna put it further back over here. How far back can we go? Let's go about right here. So we're gonna put it in this little square. That would work better. Alright, let's do that. So we're gonna poke. All right, cool. So we got one right here. Let's copy that design. We're gonna go with the stairs. So let's put one right here, and right here, and right here. Take it up. All right. All right. So there's that, and then we're gonna go up with that. Take this down. Okay. So there's the circle. There's the last unit. Now we're gonna go into the roof through this hole that I put in on purpose. We're gonna take these pipes and connect them all. So these are gonna come down like this. Gonna have them come down a couple times, maybe. We'll see what goes on with that. This is gonna come down with one of these. So this is gonna feed straight down into the ceiling right there. And then we need to make it connect to those with a pipe going this way. And then a pipe going off of one of these. Now don't ask me what these actually do, because I'm pretty sure inside a house it doesn't actually look like this, but sure. Now I don't have to remind you guys that I bought the super expensive ones, so these will last for thousands of square feet. I don't really need to upgrade this at any time, so if you ever get confused as to why I only have 3 units and 2 little pipes here, just remember that I paid the big bucks for it, so that's why it works. Alright, so let's have this vent down. So that's going to vent down. So it's going to vent right there and right there. Let's put some, I'm going to get some chains, I think, if they attach. Alright, now that we're up here, let's figure out some good spacing. We got 7, so let's place 1 on this block right here. There, that looks good. Probably should have placed it there. There, that looks good. And then let's go with fixing that hole. We're gonna go with one in the corner. One right here. And one right here. That looks like a good even space. Alright, so there's our HVAC pumping air down there, filtering out some stuff, pumping air right there. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's take this with us. I don't need that up here. All right, now that we're back on the roof, we have these units heating up and cooling down all of this part of the house, and we have that unit cooling down and heating up all that part of the house with some vents over there to release some carbon monoxide. I don't really know. So since I paid the Uber bucks for it, those pipes are going out through all the walls, and I don't have to put any more units in, so that's good. The next thing I'm going to do next time I'm up here is maybe make like a lounge area. So it's going to go skirt around this. There's going to be like some stuff to avoid. So now let's go into the creative world and see what we can do with wheelbarrows and some armor stands, and then we can bring some of that over here. Okay guys, so we have a whole bunch of things with armor stands. One thing I noticed when I was in Bedrock Edition, this only works with Bedrock Edition, is that when you do different redstone levels, you can make them pose different ways. So this pose we have, let's go back to normal. You're gonna just shift right click. So, well, you don't have to shift, you just, I guess you do have to shift. You just shift right click and it's gonna go through. So we're counting it out and eventually we get to the one with both hands forward. So both these hands forward are going to work like handles, and you can also do both hands like that. Both hands out work as handles too. So we're gonna look at both hands out as handles, and we're gonna be pushing them around with some pistons to get everything to line up. So a couple of designs. So we have this cart is being held in place with carpet if you don't have anything like this block right here. So this is a barrier block. If you can't place barrier blocks, you might have to do carpet for keeping stuff from moving around if you're going to use this mine cart with the hopper in it. So that looks like a good, like it has an engine in it and all that if you're like making a lawnmower. And if you have a turtle hat, so you see this turtle hat up here, it makes it look like it's like holding stuff without it necessarily putting the ear flaps from the other parts of the helmet on. So he's got like boxes. So he's got a wheelbarrow and he's pushing boxes around. So we have all different distances that these guys can go. So this says arms poking out the sides really close. This is like if you want the arms like attached to the front. The head's still in the way. It looks sort of weird. And then we have all sorts of different heights that we can have on that. All right, so as an example for how we can move him around and have him in different parts on the block, we're going to place him here, put his hands where they go, and then we're going to place a stair here, and we're going to push the stair, but watch him carefully. See how he moved a little bit? So you can either move up and forward or just up, all depending on what's underneath him. So that was with nothing, rails, and a pressure plate, all push him the exact same, and that's the same for every line. So every line is going to have the same. So for a trapdoor, he goes up a little bit more. For the half slabs and all this stuff, he gets pushed all the way out and it's useless. More on that later. For a half slab that's under the ground, like one block under, he goes down. You see how his hands are lower? So all these have the shoulders at the same distance out until we get a little further along. So on these things, he's going to be going up more. So that's the highest you can make him go right now without anything else, and he will not be pushed out. Now with a minecart on a rail, he goes forwards not nearly as much. So you see how he's in the middle of the stair and in front of the stair on the rest. So minecarts with rails or minecarts both do the same thing. But this one goes a little bit lower. So if you take the rail out, or the so this one's on top, so he lands on that and that's on top of that. So this is two different heights and it's slightly forward. And then if we go with the minecart on top of something else like we did over there, you can get the same height as that one, but it only goes the distance forward as the minecart. So you got plenty of different options. And then with the ones where it gets pushed straight out like this and this, you can put a wall in front of him, yeah, and that wall blocks him from getting pushed up and out. So he's actually the highest you can go. And if we do that with a minecart in a hole, he can go down. So we got all these different options. All right, so if we're playing around with that, we want his arms to be in a certain direction. I found that ground by itself actually gives the best, and he puts his arms about right there. so that's how we make the wheelbarrow. So let's take this idea and walk this way over to this. So you see this? I didn't want it to look like that with all the carpet around it because I'm going to be putting it in the grass. So I put even more thought into it. Instead of this being a wheelbarrow, this could be a little push trolley thing. This could be a wheelbarrow. So look at that. It's got the wheel on front. It's holding stuff. If you put like a helmet on that looks like he's carrying some diamond around, or any kind of other helmet you want to put in there, I guess. So let's play around with this, put him in, and let's go and put some wheelbarrows and push carts all in my actual world. Alright, now that we are back onto the test world, we're going over to the barn. That's where I would imagine a guy with a wheelbarrow would be. So we're going to walk over here. Where should I put a wheelbarrow? Let's go without back. Maybe near here. Let's put him right here, walking that way. That sounds good. All right, so we're gonna do put it right here. See what's that? Over there. We want to see the arms right here. So just flip his arms so out. There it goes. And we're gonna push this way. So put this right there. Put it on. And get rid of that. Then we shift it right there. So it's gonna hold on to the cap. So we take a couple caps here, another cap or caps like that. So we fold it on. And we're gonna take extra guys in. So he's messing around it. Oh, backwards. So I'm gonna put his right here. Let's put his arms. He's slack off. Oh, slack. Alright, so that's the closest I can get. Alright, so I'm going to go with a green shirt. And then I'm going to go with some dark green pants. And then for his boots, he's going to have orange boots. There's that guy. So he's wearing his stuff. Alright, actually, the only way I can give myself these heads is if I go into creative, give myself the head, and then take it out back and put myself into survival again. So he's pushing this wheelbarrow along. We're going to put a little other cap on there, and then we're going to take this and put another wheelbarrow in a different area. So actually I remembered that I have a metal cap, so let's get that iron helmet, put this in here. So now he's pushing something that has metal in it, so he's pushing that around. That's his wheelbarrow. Oh, and we forgot to put dirt here, so let's put some dirt right there. Then we take this out. There you go. There's his wheelbarrow with the handles. So we can make another one, put it somewhere else. Alright, so that wheelbarrow guy, he's out there in the rain, and the other wheelbarrow is stored safely in here next to these horses and my boxes. Hey look, it's Samson and William. They're up. Alright, so we did all the same stuff, and I put a leather cap on here this time, so it looks like it's dirt or something like that. So that's cool. Alright, so that's going to end the video, so let's go to the front of the house and end the video. Alright guys, we're in creative. Just so we can see what we did today, we added some air conditioning units and some vents. And we went into a creative world and designed and tested and played around with some placements for armor stands to make it look like we have wheelbarrows and pushy things. So we've got handles right here, and he's pushing around some metal. And over here we got the other one where it's pushing around some dirt. So we figured all that out. So we have even cooler immersion into the world and making everything look all nice and stuff. And making it more realistic, so we have like actual air conditioning and all that. So let's go down here and say goodbye to you guys. Yeah, so I hope you guys liked that video. I showed you some real cool stuff, and I made everything in my house look a little bit more realistic. And we're just building this world so it looks cooler and cooler each day. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.